everyone. So my name is Lupe and I am here to talk about going tiny. This is my first video. First thing I want to talk about is me. So I got a divorce in 2015 and I ended up keeping the house, and it was almost 3,000 square feet, and I kept it because I have 3 kids and I wanted to keep as much the same as possible to minimize disruption to their life. I didn't want to add to it, so I ended up keeping the house, and I could afford the monthly payments on my own, the mortgage payments, but every year the taxes would go up and up and up, and eventually I just got tired of it, and I thought to myself, there has to be another way. There has to be something else. It can't just, this is it, really. Like, this is the American dream, to be in debt for 30 years of your life. And I was never home. I was always at work. I had a very well-paying job. Oh, by the way, I'm a nurse. When I was living in my 3,000 square foot house, I was a occupational health nurse manager, and so I had a really good job. And I say had because I don't work there anymore, and that's one of the things that I'm going to talk about. So I started doing research, and I came across tiny homes. And at first I was like, no, I don't think that's for me. It's too small. How am I gonna fit in there with 3 kids? And I tried to look for something else, but something kept drawing me back to tiny homes. And then shows started coming out about tiny homes, and I started watching those, and I started watching YouTube videos, and I started researching on the internet, and come to find out, they're super affordable. It would allow me to have more time with my kids, more time at home, not be in such a high demand position. Don't get me wrong, I loved my job. I enjoyed it very much. But that was my cat. That position basically owned my life. I was working from 9 o'clock till 7 o'clock, Monday through Friday. And then on top of that, I was on call 24/7. So I basically had no life. Yes, I was making good money. I took these really nice vacations, but it just something wasn't right with me inside. I knew I had to change something. I was not happy internally. I was not happy because I was away from my kids. I was missing out on all their school events. I was never home. I would get home and it was basically make dinner, get the kids to the shower, help them with their homework, and go to bed every day, Monday through Friday. And that's if I didn't get called in, if there was an emergency or an injury or something. So I decided, what the heck, I'm gonna start, really looking into this tiny home thing. And so I did, and I found a really, really good builder. I will link him below. His name is Mark Hedges. I think I'm saying the last name right. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mark. I'm sorry. He is awesome. He's amazing. So from the get-go, I actually stumbled upon him by accident. I was looking on another website and I was scrolling and scrolling. I went to the very bottom of that page and there was the link to his company. And so I ended up, contacting him. I went out and I talked to him. And so he is who's building my tiny home. It's house to home tiny homes. He is great. So I highly recommend him. He listens to what you want. If you want bamboo flooring, which I have, I'm getting. If you want bamboo flooring, he will get it for you. He will call you from time to time to ask you questions on, do you prefer this or do you prefer that? He's easy to work with, and he's great. My tiny home is coming out just like I dreamed. So I'm super, super happy and super excited about it. But I'm going off track here. So I guess the first question that you need to ask yourself is, why do you want to go tiny? Don't go tiny because you just want a smaller house, or you just, I don't know what reasons you might have right now, but you need to really think about what going tiny means. So remember, I went from a 3,000 square foot house, well, almost 3,000. It was 20 square feet short of 3,000 square feet. And I had a lot of stuff. So what I did is I sold my house, and the equity that I got out of the sale went to my tiny house. It actually covered half of the price of my tiny house. And I moved in with my mom. She has a house as well. And I actually rented out her second floor for me and my 3 kids. And then I moved again. And right now, that's where I'm at right now. I am in a 900 square foot apartment. And so each time that I moved, I decluttered and I downsized. I got rid of so much stuff. You will not believe how much stuff you have until you're actually in the process of getting rid of it, decluttering, downsizing. So that's one thing that I recommend, that you slowly downsize. That makes it easier, and it gives you time to declutter. I'm still decluttering, and I've given away so much stuff. I've sold some stuff. I've trashed some stuff that was just sitting there, and it was just junk. I couldn't sell it. I couldn't, donate it because it was just junk. Why I kept it, I don't know. So that is that's where I'm at now. And mind you, I have 3 kids. I have a 9-year-old, soon to be 10. I have a 15-year-old, and I have a 20-year-old. Now my son, my 20-year-old son, he is not moving with us to the tiny house. He is going to get his own place. So it's gonna be me and my 2 younger kids. And they too are in the process of decluttering. But I will confess, Mom is the one with the most stuff. So it has taken me, this process started about a year ago for me, the process of decluttering. Now the research and all that, watching videos and reading up on tiny homes and the prices and companies and builders and all that started for me about 2 years ago. So I took my time and researched to find what I wanted, what would fit for me. So that's where we are right now. My tiny house should be ready by the end of this month. Fingers crossed, by the end of this month. And originally I wanted to purchase land and not have to rent a lot, but I am finding that to be one of the most difficult things about going tiny is finding a spot to put your tiny house. A lot of that land has restrictions and do not allow tiny homes, or they have a minimum square footage, and so it's really hard to find that right piece of land that also will allow tiny homes. So what I'm doing is I found this really cool tiny home community, and that's where we're gonna be to start. And then eventually I do want to purchase my own land and, you know, put my tiny there. I'm trying to think, what else did I want to talk to you guys about? Oh, I'm going to show you my tiny house. Remember, it's not quite finished yet, but as soon as it is finished, I will give you guys a tour of the tiny home. I think it's going to come out really nice. I'm not going to spoil it, but it's gonna have a little Mexican flair to it. I am Mexican, so yeah, I wanted it to have some unique features, personalized to me. And one of the things that really stood out to me on one of my vacations, which was in Tulum, we stayed in a little house out in the middle of the jungle, and that's where this idea came from, to put little splashes here and there of Mexican flair. So you'll see that in the tour when it comes, but I'm not gonna spoil it. So that's all I have to say right now. Let me know what you guys want me to talk about in my next video, and make sure to post your comments, like, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is a new channel. This is my first video, so I would really appreciate the support. So I will see you guys in the next video.